Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Regina Coley, and I am the CEO of Motivator Inc., where we help women to understand their significance, radiate their brilliance, and make their mark. As a part of our leadership in helping women to make their mark, we have founded this new program that I'm so excited to share more details about with you today called the Friday Funding Success Circle. And it's here to help you set up for success and focus on the funds in your business. As a grant writer, I have been spending a significant amount of time speaking with people all over the world who are passionate visionaries who have ideas that they want to see exist in the world. And they understand this concept of there are grants available for me to make it happen. And they tend to reach out to get assistance in that area. What I found is I'm continuously having conversations regarding funding, period, in business. And it extends beyond just the grant writing, but just this process of getting ready, having documents creating, having thought through what this would look like for your business, or even knowing your numbers, like how much money do you need? What are you going to spend it on? How are you going to sustain that business for the next year or the next 5 years? Once you get that initial seed funding, what does your cash flow look like? What are your debts? Have you applied for business credit? Like we end up having these longer, lengthier conversations on sustainability in business. And I have just found that the Friday Funding Success Circle was the perfect alternative to be able to send people into a training ground and something like a business incubator space where we can work together and work through and flesh through all of those ideas together. And it's an extension of a practice that I've had to put in place as an entrepreneur, which was to have funding Fridays. And I would just sit down and look for grants to apply for. I would look at some things that I would need, especially since I have like both a nonprofit and for profit business. And now some of the work that I'm doing is extending beyond educational programs into products and services. And trying to find funding for those things requires investors, and it requires me to look at things quite differently in that space. And so I know that I've put together an arsenal of tools that are extremely helpful to um, just to have available as needed or as people ask for it, to see it, to communicate what that is. And I want you to have the same level of preparedness with your vision, your project, your idea. So if you're still here with me, yes, you're in the right place. I'm so excited to meet you. For those of you who are new to me, again, my name is Regina Coley. I've spent the last 13 years in the business realm, in the education space, all of which was supporting ideas that need to have funding. And not only that, I also am just a teacher. I feel like it's both a talent and a spiritual gift to focus on teaching and training and helping other people learn, not just barking at them, which I know is some people's, form of coaching. That's their style. It's not mine. I really like to focus on guiding and truly supporting people through a process and helping people get outside of their head so that they can focus on what's most important to them. So if you're here, I hope that you'll rock with me to the end so I can give you more details about this circle and what it is that we're doing in this space to see if this opportunity is best for you. So, again, what exactly is the circle? We are meeting weekly for a Friday work session. Let me explain what that will look like. Our Friday work sessions tend to last from about 12 noon Central Standard Time, probably could last anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. Why am I telling you that? Because the circle is for you to show up. You got to dedicate some time to sit and really focus on getting this work done. Does that time frame scare you? If it scares you to sit and stay focused for 2 to 4 hours, maybe, just maybe, you don't need to fund your project. Maybe you don't need to start a project because it's going to require you to show up. It's going to require you to put in work. And this program is going to provide the level of consistency and accountability that most people don't have. It's going to challenge your discipline in certain areas, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to do it. I'm going to not listen to your excuses as to why you couldn't show up for a Friday work session. Now, things will come up. You might get sick, a child might get sick. You got to be somewhere else. You already had another meeting. Will you have access to the replays for the Friday work sessions? Of course. We plan on cycling this program a number of times. It's going to last for about 90 days. So within your 90-day circle, will you have access to those replays? Of course. But the greatest level of impact that you'll receive is actually showing up for the sessions, because you get to get your questions answered. We get to get really, really specific about your dream project, your dream program, and what it is that you actually signed up for this circle for. Once you get access to the circle, you're going to get a form that comes to your email, and you get to tell me everything that you want me to know about your project, your program, your great idea, um, where you're already making some traction, where you may need some help and assistance. And I don't want this to just be always a hypothetical thing, because I like programs that really speak to me and speak to Regina and speak to Regina's dream. And so as a trainer, I want to speak to you. I want to speak to your program. I want to speak to your budget. I want to speak to your city, your state, your country, so that you can get as specific as you need to. And that level of accountability is going to be rare at this rate. But because you're a part of our founding circle, you get access to it at this rate and with the highest level of accountability, so that we can ensure everybody who comes through this circle is successful. Um, Throughout the process of the circle, you'll get access to funding opportunities related to your specific program or project, which is a part of what I do for my grant writing clients anyway. So you'll have access to that portal where we're dropping in funding opportunities for everybody together, but I'm going to pool it collectively into our funding opportunities portal. So you'll have access to that while you remain in the program. And if you see something there and you say, you know what, I really want to focus my attention on this, can you help me in this area? That is a part of what you can put into your funding plan, and which we'll discuss throughout the program as well. But you'll also have access to tools and templates that'll help you to move a little bit faster and at an accelerated rate, so you're not pulling everything from scratch. But a prime majority of what we'll do here is getting the work done. And we do that in these Friday work sessions. So who is this for specifically? It is for entrepreneurs, it's for visionaries, it's for organizational leaders, community leaders, anybody who's a part of a team where you're saying, I desire to see this happen, and I need the funds to be able to do it. So even I can go so far as to say this, because it depends on who's looking for the right opportunity. And I say organizational leaders, it doesn't mean you have to be the top of your organization. I've seen teachers come through and say, hey, I want to see something exist in my classroom, but I'm not going to pull this money from my own pocket. What could we do to make it happen? So we look for grants. So it can be that you're looking for something for your business. It could be something that you're looking for within your organization. And you don't have to be the leader of that organization. But if you've taken the initiative to step up and make it happen, then you are a leader within your organization. If you have a desire to create sustainability and to stop self-funding projects, then this circle is for you. I find that most people who have a vision for something also are able to look at the overarching budget and say, here's how much money we're going to need to get it done. And for most leaders, they don't sit back and wait for opportunities. They like to put their foot on the gas and go. And they end up pulling out their own personal credit card to pay for trademarks and for registration fees and for vending opportunity fees and for marketing and for all the things. You're just swiping your card until you start making money. And there's an opportunity for us to backtrack a little bit and look at what it is that you want to do, and to give yourself enough time to properly fund the thing that you want to do, rather than always coming out of pocket. And I only can tell you that because I have been where you are too. And it's very difficult to always be the person pulling from your own pocket, even though you're the visionary. There's a better way to do it. And now that I know better, I want to help you learn better too, so that you don't make those same mistakes of always, feeling like you have to go into debt just to make something possible. And what I've done is put together this resource for you, which I'd advise you to check out. It's over at motivator.com/sustain. And it's 20 strategies that'll help you move from self-funded to sustainable. And they're just strategies that you can use in any kind of business. I know that it says funding strategies for entrepreneurs. That tends to be people that I work with. Um, but honestly, they're so general, in the sense that if you have any kind of idea where you're just like, girl, please help me stop swiping my card, you want to go ahead and get access to this. And they're very practical and they're very simple. I just think that there are things that most people haven't thought about. That's why they're called strategies. Most people are used to just tactics. Give me a checklist, boom, 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 of what I got to do. The strategy requires a little bit of thought. The strategy may require you to get very specific to your idea, or your dream or your business. So take advantage of these strategies. You can get access to this resource over at motivator.com/sustain. Just wanted to let you know that that is available to you as well. But within the Friday Funding Success Circle, we're going to take a look at some winning grant proposals because I want to pull out some components of what I think tends to work in the grant proposal space, but also looking at that will help you to succeed in all facets of your business. Because once you get really specific on your need, why you exist, what it is that you do, which is what you do when you write a grant proposal, I think it changes the game for business in general. You talk differently about your business, you write differently about your business, you network differently within your business. So we kind of start from there and we look at some winning grant proposals. Again, you'll have access to weekly grants and opportunities that will drop in, especially once I get to know my circle, once I get to know, my success crew. You guys will have access to more opportunities because I will be doing the research and the back end work for you. And that's what you get access to as a member of this circle. Not only that, but you'll have the templates for funding, sponsorships, grants. We're going to talk about diversifying our funding and what that will look like. And all of those templates and samples will be provided to you once you get access to the portal. You'll have some tools there to help you set up your business and to prep for funding. Because again, a lot of it isn't necessarily the opportunity. Most people can find an opportunity. I mean, Google's available to everybody. It's the preparation. Are you ready for it? Do you have the things in place that need to be in place? And this is the part where most people fail. It's like, no, but I think I know what I need. But no, have you written it? Is it created? Is it done? And for most folks, it's not done. So what I'm going to help you do is support you with the right systems, having those things in place to ensure funding success, because not only is this a one-time thing, but you got to set up a system. You need access to project management tools. I have an MBA in business administration, but specifically in project management, which has served me well over the years of getting organized. Sometimes it's just so much going on. You don't have the right system in place to organize it, to properly articulate it. Can you easily go into a system right now and pull all the things that you need? And I can't wait to share with you the systems that I'm using because they're so streamlined. They're good. They're effective. They've really changed things for me. I did things the really old, outdated way because of the books and things that I was training myself on to use when I first started in business, and they just weren't effective. I wasn't able to keep up with the system. It didn't work well for me. Over the past couple of years, I found things that work best for me, that are easy to access, that allow me to be consistent, allow me to easily make changes, and allow me to keep track of everything in a cloud system wherever I am on whatever, if I'm on my phone, if I'm on my tablet, if I'm on the computer, I can access it. If I'm talking to somebody else, I can easily send and share links with them. I mean, streamlined. I want to share those things with you. So that is also what you will get access to within the circle. So you can learn all the tips and tricks for writing a successful grant proposal. Again, all the templates and samples, and we'll help you understand what funding sources are most suited for your business. Could it just be the grants? Sure, but likely, no. Likely, we can look at a plethora of things. And you know what I found, honestly, why I think this circle is so wonderful. I think that most people want money for their business, but they're afraid to ask for it. It feels like begging. It feels like, constantly asking somebody, can I borrow $5? Is what it sounds like to some. And they have trauma around money. Maybe they weren't good with it. Maybe they didn't manage it well. Maybe they've been afraid to ask for it. Maybe you had a mom who said, do you have McDonald's money? Who always, had an overemphasis of what you don't have. So you operate from a spirit of lack and you just feel like it's not enough, or there's too many people in your industry. Nobody's going to really focus specifically on you and your dream and your vision. There's a lot of stuff that happens on the back end mentally and emotionally that we're going to address in this program, because I can't move forward with strategies, with tactics, with tools and templates if we don't address what's really holding you back from actually funding your business. And 9 times out of 10, it's not that you don't have the ability to sit down and complete this stuff. You do. It's not that you don't have the ability to find these opportunities in a database. You do. Sometimes it's your own brain. Sometimes it's the diminished, what I always call the diminished version of you, that's talking to you throughout the day saying, you're not going to be able to do this. You're not going to be able to do this well. It's not for you. This is for everybody else but you. And so I really think that this circle is an opportunity for us to look at it business and entrepreneurship and leadership and all of these topics in a really holistic way. I think that I am a holistic teacher. And again, it's just a part of who I am. I can't leave that aspect of things out. So I hope that you see the resources and know that they're wonderful and that they will be the things that help you propel forward and move the needle in your business. But you're also going to have to learn how to move the needle in your mind and your mindset. And you're going to have to learn how to become disciplined enough and create the habits that need to be created to be successful in that space. And so we're going to do a little bit of hard work too. um, in the Friday Fun and Success Circle, that's just a little added bonus for you. But while we're here, we're just going to get you all the resources that you need. I'm probably going to pull in, I can't tell you specifically how many guest speakers and experts I have, but I'm going to try to pull in as many of my friends as I can who have just been instrumental in seeing growth and progress for me. Being able to pull them in maybe on our Friday work sessions at the beginning during our training time to also provide insight for you in terms of things that you can do and to be able to provide guidance and mentorship in that capacity as well. And you can ask them some questions. And I'm really, really excited about the women and men, because there's a few men too, that I'm going to get to introduce to you. I think that you will love them. I know that you will love them. And I know that you will see so much value in what it is that they have to offer. All right. So, what are some of the projects that you're going to get to do? Once I get through this, I'm going to share the link. You can always go back and check some of those things out. But I haven't listed all the projects there. Just kind of list what you'll be working on weekly on the information page. But here's a couple of the projects that we'll do. I really like to focus on need statement first because I think it's so important to understand why your business exists. A lot of people start passion projects because it's what they like to do and they feel like, yeah, somebody somewhere is going to need this. But when we focus on a need statement, we put it in writing why your business exists. Yes, it may be something that you're good at doing and you felt like this is that time in your life where you just want to do it. You've been hearing all the quotes for such a time as this. You are the one. Start before you're ready. And you're like, yeah. But then when it's time to articulate why you're doing it, the need statement is a document that we have to have in place. So we focus on that need statement. You'll get access to quite a few proprietary tools that I've created, but one of them is the Align and Design worksheet where we focus on partnerships and we focus on who are you reaching out to? Why are you reaching out to them? Are you able to articulate why you two should go into partnership together, why this will be a good idea or a good fit? And so we'll work through all of that there. We're going to work on creating compelling pitch decks, which is going to be instrumental to sharing why somebody should give you money. Where have you already created traction in your business? What are you working on? What do you need help with? Working on your numbers. All of that goes into the pitch deck, and you're going to complete one in our program. We're going to talk about diversifying funding sources in the Motivator Money Maps, which is a funding plan tool, also a proprietary tool. That you'll get access to. So we're not just focusing solely on one particular area to fund the business, but a multitude of places and ways that you can get started. And I've found that this is the best place for me is people talk about so much stuff. You don't never know where to get started on. It's like, should I do the course? Should I do the book? Should I do the speaking? Should I do this? And then you just look at it, you got 20 different services you offer, 50 different products. And you're like, man, I don't know which one to, where do I help me, please? It's like, it's so many things happening. So we get really, really clear with this money map tool on narrowing down opportunities and prioritizing things, which I think is beneficial again, because information is available everywhere. Knowing what to focus on is the strategy. So you're not only getting access to information, but the strategy is the part that, to me, separates those who are successful from those who are not. It's just personal opinion. I hope that you agree as well, but you'll get access to strategy with that money map tool. We'll talk about online crowdfunding. I mean, we have so much stuff that we're going to cover. It's ridiculous that we'll be doing this much in 90 days, but we will get into it. And I want you to have an understanding so that when you walk out, you feel confident, you feel competent, you can talk about your project forwards, backwards, inside and out, up, down, underneath. You can explain it to anybody with the utmost confidence. And people feel that they can fund projects where the leader is confident and you can ask them any question about it. They've thought through it well enough. They're articulate. They know what they want and they know what they need. That's the kind of stuff that people want to back with dollars. So we'll be working on that with those projects. Now, what kind of resources are you going to create? Oh, so many resources, because I want you to have your toolbox ready. Okay. I don't want you to sit here and somebody asks for something and you go, what is that? Do I have that? I think I have that. I want people to Google you. I want people to question you, and you pull out stuff and you go, I can email it to you right now. Like, I don't need to get it ready. It's already ready. What's up? Are your dollars ready? Like, I need you to be able to you be that girl. So we're going to talk again about creating that need statement. We're going to have a grant proposal ready, just a really basic one that you can plug and play, cut and paste into various grant opportunities. We're going to put together your organizational budget if one doesn't already exist. If it exists, we're going to look at it, update it, and I'm going to share some tricks with you on how you can go about getting that budget fully funded. Your project budget, if you're not trying to fund just like general organizational operating expenses, you may have a very specific project or program that you want to focus on. And that project or program, each of those things will need to have their own budget. And that then gets included in the big organizational budget, which will plug and play with numbers. If numbers scare you, spreadsheets scare you, budgets scare you, I promise this is going to feel a lot lighter once we get through that phase. Again, the pitch deck, your annual funding plan, social media posts, because we talk about in the program, one of the weeks that we have, let me see my list here. One of the weeks that we have, is utilizing social media for funding and fundraising. So we're going to create some posts together. I'm going to give you some samples. We're going to look at some case studies of other businesses and organizations who've been really good in reaching their own financial goals with using social media and storytelling and communicating with others and striking those emotional chords that cause people to connect and compel them to pull out their credit cards. So we're going to look at that and what that would look like. And then we're also going to be simultaneously focusing on a communication plan, because once you create these resources, I don't want them to just sit on your computer. They need to be something that you're utilizing actively. These are living, breathing documents that you can consistently come back and update, but there are tools that you should be using to communicate a greater mission, which is the work that you have in front of you. So this communication plan will help us get really specific on that. But with the Friday Funding Success Circle, you really can take control of your financial future and secure enough resources for your business. I hope that this has been enlightening for you and that you join us today and start on the road to funding success. So you can join the circle over at motivator.com/FFSC for Friday Funding Success Circle. It's going to take you over to the registration page. Again, once you register, you'll get access to the form, and you're going to tell me all about your wonderful project or program or what it is that you want to do. I want you to also know that motivator.shop. Oh my goodness, that's what that should say. Not .com. Wait a minute, it might be at .com. Now I'm confusing myself. So you can go to motivator.com/FFSC, or you can go to motivator.shop, which is actually where this is going to take you anyway, over to our Shopify store. And then you can find the Friday Funded Success Circle. But anyway, because it's under Shopify, I did want to let you know that there are payment plans available. We have Sezzle set up. We have Klarna set up. Afterpay, I believe, is also set up. So if you've ever used one of those pay it for tools, and I believe ShopPay is also set up there. So if you look at it and you go, I need to break this up, how can I break it up over the course of, the 90 days that we're working together? All of those tools are there. You can set them up on your own. You can also check out with PayPal. You can use PayPal, has some options to spread out payments. I know that it just works better for some people to have that option and to know that that's available. So I do want to let you know that that is an option for you. And we have those resources set up to make things lighter if need be. I don't want you to look at any part of this and say, I can't do this now. You could absolutely do this now. This is for you. I'm here to help you set up for success and focus on the funds in your business. I'm here to coach you, support you, train you, motivate you. Most of all is what I do best. And I'm here to answer any questions that you have. If you do have any questions, feel free to email me, regina@reginacoley.com, or you can email the support team at concierge@motivator.com as well. But if you have something specific to me, send it to me directly. You can also find us on your favorite social media channels at Motivator, on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and wherever else. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on everything, I think. So thanks for joining me today. I hope that you're excited about the Friday Fun and Success Circle, and I can't wait to see your registration.